Sir, is Naxalism and Maoism has ended in India? What do you opine over it?
Yeah, so it's a very difficult question to answer, sir, because first thing is any ism, be it Naxalism, be it Maoism. Ism means a set of ideas. Sir, ideas will never have death. Ideas will never end. Only thing is maybe the movement has some problem or maybe the...
When actually the Naxalism has originated, what is the reason for its origin?
If I have to explain you the origin of the Naxalism, I have to go back to even 1940s. Sir. There is a person in 1949 in China who actually originated this idea of violence conflict with the state, Mao Zedong. He led the Chinese Revolution. When people suffocate, obviously they will revolt on the state. He has given a call to the people that please take up the sickles.
That is why he is called father of Naxalism.
Yes.
But my question is like how this thing has started from West Bengal, how it led to spread in various other states.
So this Communist Party of India now has a dilemma whether to support China or whether to support India in 1962 war.
Okay.
So whenever the dilemma was there, it has split into two sections.
Even in Andhra region, when it comes to incidents like Karam Chedu and all such
Correct.
the vulnerable people have felt that Naxalites, these what you say in Telugu, they call them Annalu.
Annalu.
They have gave them instant justice.
So obviously, sir,
Yes.
whenever there is justice delivered on time, people will go for that system.
And moreover, these days, in the past 1 or 2 years, we are hearing about Operation Kagar. They have given deadline as well.
Yeah, as you rightly said, sometimes
పేరు వింటే నాడు నేడు కూడా కదలే ఒకప్పుడు కాకు చూడని కారణమే కానీ ఇప్పుడు మారి మావోయిస్టుల కత్తికోట కర్రగుట్టపై
Hello everybody, welcome to Vishnu IS Institute. As part of Samvaad Beyond Headlines program, we have SRK sir today in our studio to discuss about is Naxalism and Maoism ended in India. As part of today's third episode, let's invite SRK sir and let's share his views and exchange our ideas regarding Naxalism and Maoism. Hello sir.
Hi sir, good morning sir.
Yes sir. Sir, is Naxalism and Maoism has ended in India? What do you opine over it?
Yeah, so it's a very difficult question to answer, sir, because first thing is any ism, be it Naxalism, be it Maoism, any ism. Ism means a set of ideas.
Yeah.
Sir, ideas will never have death.
Yes.
Ideas will never end. Only thing is maybe the movement has some problem or maybe the anti-Naxal movement has gained the momentum. The state is now at the upper hand.
Yes.
So it's like ideas will never end, sir. Be it communism, be it capitalism, be it Naxalism will never end. The thing is the movement came down. The strength of the Maoist movement, which was there in 1980s and 1990s, which we have seen, right now that intensity is not there, and we successfully able to neutralize the Maoist movement in India because even the statistics say like that. Once upon a time, around 100 districts were affected with the Maoist movement in India. But if you see the statistics now, only around 25 to 30 police station limits are now under the Naxal affected area. So that tells obviously yes, Naxalism is on the downtrend and Maoism is on the downtrend. But we cannot say exactly Naxalism is ended in India.
Yes, sir.
This is my perspective.
But let us discuss from the student's perspective. When actually the Naxalism has originated, what is the reason for its origin?
Yeah, sir, actually we have to see it from UPSC dimension very importantly because we have a subject called as internal security.
Yes, yes.
So we study Naxalism as part of that.
Yes.
If I have to explain you the origin of the Naxalism, I have to go back to even 1940s, sir.
Yes.
So because there is a person in 1949 in China who actually originated this idea of violence conflict with the state. And he was nothing but Mao Zedong.
Yes.
So Mao Zedong in 1949, he led the Chinese Revolution. Sir, the time was, the context was very important. We have to understand.
Yes.
Whenever there is poverty, whenever there is landlessness, whenever there is tribal alienation, when people suffocate, when the government is not reaching to the masses, obviously they will revolt on the state. And that was the conditions in the 1949 of China. So Mao Zedong, he has given a call to the people that please take up the sickles, whatever the weapons you have, take up and go against the state, because we have to get the freedom from exploitation, we have to get the freedom from all this suffocation. So that's the idea that Mao has given. Even he very famously he has quoted, the power flows from the barrel of the gun.
Yes.
Not the ballot, but the barrel of the gun. And that was the ideology of Mao. So whatever the thoughts he has given, we call it as Maoism. But in India, if you see, sir, Naxalism, a very different term.
Yes.
Maoism is like an ideological background, but Naxalism is direct application of Maoism in India, sir.
Yes.
So the origin, if I have to explain you, Telangana context also very relevant to that also, because
Yes, yes.
Andhra is the heartland of Naxalite movement in 1980s and 90s.
We have Kondapalli Sitaramaya.
Yes, Kondapalli Sitaramaya and Charu Majumdar influence was there. So Satyamurthy was there. Very stalwart leaders were there. We have, because the first generation of the cream, sir, the society, even the Telangana cream, most of them are MTech graduates.
Students
From NIT Warangal, from REC Warangal, most of them joined the Naxalite movement. Yes, so the origin is like, whenever in the West Bengal in 1960s, the conditions were too much of exploitation, too much of landlessness. And although there were land reforms which were implemented in India, they never came to the villages, sir. Money lenders were exploiting the people. And under such circumstances, Charu Majumdar gave a call for this Naxalism. The idea of Naxalism is simply to take up the arms and to fight directly the money lenders, to fight directly the landlords. And that was the origin of Naxalism. And the name itself is a village name, sir, actually. So Naxalbari is a village in the West Bengal. And that is how in 1967, when people go against the state and they occupied all their lands back, and from there started the Naxalism in India, sir.
That is why he is called father of Naxalism in India.
Exactly. Charu Majumdar is called as the father of Naxalism in India.
But my question is like, how this thing has started from West Bengal, how it led to spread in various other states. Like it led to eventually the Red Corridor has originated because of this.
Correct.
So, and why it is towards the east of India majorly?
Geographical expansion.
Yes.
So one thing is we have to understand, sir, the context, the political context was, in 1962, we have seen there is a direct conflict with China. So during the China conflict, 1962 conflict, we have Communist Party of India already established in Indian democratic politics. So this Communist Party of India now has a dilemma, whether to support China or whether to support India in 1962 war. So whenever the dilemma was there, it has split into two sections, Communist Party of India. One is, we have to support India. See, China, they might be following the Mao ideology, but we are Indians, right? So the Communist Party of India should support India. This was one faction. And another faction was, no, we should go with the ideology of Mao. So this is the right time that we should support the China, so that we can establish a Maoist government in India. So two sections were formed in 1962. So that discussion went on for around 5 to 6 years, sir. In 1967, in the West Bengal area, if you see, there was a political leader from the same CPI party, Charu Majumdar. Another leader, Kanu Sanyal. Another leader, Jungle Santal. These are the three important leaders. So what they thought was, why should we support India? So China already, they have given, it's like an insult to us, sir. 1962 conflict was insult to us, because we are unprepared, our military was not prepared. So Jai Jawan, even that came from the same context. So under these contexts, Charu Majumdar, Kanu Sanyal and Jungle Santal, these three people gave directly a call to this armed revolution. So no democratic politics, nothing will happen in India, nobody will give freedom to the people, only the weapons can give. That is what the idea of Charu Majumdar, Kanu Sanyal. So they have given that call in 1967, sir. And as you asked, the concept of Red Corridor. So if you see, sir, there is some context to that, the expansion of the Maoist ideology. West Bengal, we have the complete terrain which is forest in its terrain, and tribal population is more. And just to the west of the West Bengal, you have Odisha, and then Jharkhand, then Bihar, and even Andhra. The Andhra border was there, Eastern Ghats, and from there Maharashtra. So all this is a continuous land, point number one. Point number two, everything is a forest. Point number three, because forests are the heartland of guerrilla tactics. So one can directly attack the state and go back into the forest. That was the strategy of the Naxalism. So because of this continuous forest land, because of continuous tribal people, and because of the continuous poverty, in the same corridor you will see extreme poverty. Wherever there are tribals, people will exploit them. They will go and they will do mining always. So most of the corporate companies, they do mine. So when they do go for mine, obviously people feel alienated. So these are some of the circumstances why the origin of Naxalism spread from West Bengal to Maharashtra, sir. So these states are called as Red Corridor in India, in a way to say. So this is what, in summary, sir, the expansion of Naxalism from 1967 to 1980. I have to say like this, Naxalism born in West Bengal, but actually it achieved the adulthood in Telangana, because in the form of People's War Group in 1980s. Yes.
And also like, my doubt is like, why most of the tribal population support this Naxalbari movement, or is like the communism? all these
Correct,
things.
correct. I got it. So all the left movements generally they get support from the tribal people and rural people. Sir, the reason is even in Telangana, if you see, 1980s we have seen the rise of People's War Group, and most of the tribal people and rural people of Telangana they supported the People's War Group, sir. The reason you asked me why only tribal support, why not the urban people?
Yes, yes.
So even in the recent days we have been seeing Narendra Modi sir and everybody is saying that all the people who support the ideology of the Naxalism they are called as the urban Naxals.
Urban
So even the new concept has come, urban Naxals.
Yes,
But
yes.
originally, traditionally, it is the poor people who supported the left ideology. The reason is Maoism or Naxalism speaks about freedom. They speak about non-exploitation. They speak about land reforms. They speak about that what I can say cultural and traditional preservation of them instead of going for modern globalized approach. So it's like a speaking for land, speaking for themselves. So someone who is speaking for the poor people, obviously they will get support from the poor people. So I can say, sir, not because of the ideology of Naxalism, but because of the failure of the governance. Now Naxalism has got its foot in the 1990s. So whenever government fails, obviously people will support somebody who speaks for them. And there came the Naxals. There came the Maoists. They spoke for the people. For that reasons, poverty, landlessness, exploitation, tribal alienation, land alienation, these are the reasons why people supported Naxalism. Because when they go to MPs, when they go to MLAs, nobody cared them. But when they go to a Maoist leader, they immediately solve the problem.
Instant justice.
Yes, you might have listened about in Andhra Pradesh also, 1980 to 1995, there was a intense heat movement of Naxalism in Telangana, especially
yes.
the old Andhra.
Yes.
Whenever a problem comes to a particular person, he was actually thinking to go to a Maoist rather than the police constable or a police inspector, because people lost faith in the system. So when they think system is insensitive, obviously they will go to some person who is giving the right justice their self. So that's the reason, sir. Poverty is the reason. Landlessness is the reason why they get the support from the poor people especially.
Even in Andhra region, when it comes to incidents like Karam Chedu and all such these
Correct.
things, the vulnerable people have felt that Naxalites, these, what you say in Telugu, they call them Annalu.
Annal.
They have gave them instant justice.
Instant
So
justice.
that also distributed the Naxalism in some other pockets other than tribal regions as well.
So obviously, sir, whenever there is justice delivered on time, people will go for that system. And maybe it's like an alternative system which is established in India at that period of time. Right now, it is an outdated thought. But yes, in 1980s, it has some relevance. So that's the reason why people went for supporting the Maoist movement and Naxalism in India.
In 1980s, 1990s, it was like a peak moment
Correct,
for
sir.
Naxalism.
Correct.
But eventually, what made to the decline of Maoism in India, like Naxalism in India?
Yeah, so here I have to speak about the Telangana first statehood formation movement also, sir.
Okay.
Because there was a question in Group 1, 2024 mains question. Should we see Naxalism or the rise of the Maoism in Telangana as a direct consequence of the failure of first statehood movement in Telangana? That was the question.
Okay.
So if I have to analyze from that perspective, yes, it is true, sir. Because in 1969 movement, Telangana movement, first Telangana movement, we have seen first time leaders came up, they stood for the Telangana separate state, and all the youth came to the roads and they have done all these rallies, shows, etc. But suddenly, Marichanna Reddy, what he has done? He has merged his party into the Congress party. Who has asked you to merge the party? Maybe the political context is very different. Of course, I can understand that. But people's aspirations were suddenly liberated, but you again merged it into the Congress party. So there people felt it is like a, what I can say, deception. So you have decepted the people, right? Their aspirations were not represented. And now these young young Telangana people, young people who channelized their energies, now they went into the second thought. What is that? No, these political parties and all this, nobody will give us justice. We have to go for the armed revolt only. That's the only way. So in a way to say, as you said, 1980s is the peak movement. The reason is 1969 movement was failed. In 1970s, first time the youth who came out, they went into this armed movement. And it's like a simply to say supply chain, sir. So first Telangana movement, it is failed. And then all the youth went into the Maoist movement. So there we see REC people like Regional Engineering College of Warangal. Most of the top leaders, even right now today, central committee leaders of Maoist party, all of them are Telangana itself and Andhra people itself, and most of them are educated, well educated. First generation just went out of the society out of frustration. So that's the one of the reason why movement got its peak. Number two, during the same period, if you see, NTR government came na. So NTR, NTR very famously said about Naxals one important statement. He said Naxals and Maoists are the true patriots of the nation. So it is a very big statement.
Yes.
We can understand the context of that period, because even NTR is saying like that means obviously Naxals might be doing the justice to the people, right?
Yes, yes.
So conditions were like that. Poverty was there. Governance was completely disappeared in the villages. For that reason, second reason, one is failure of Telangana movement, and second reason is the failure of governance. Because of the welfare schemes never went to the people, people supported the Maoist thing. This is the second thing. And third reason is there. So whenever the regional governments came, like NTR, TDP party and afterwards, even people have some hope on these leaders. But again, they also failed to deliver the justice. So these are the three reasons I can say that Telangana movement and youth energies were liberated, and number three, politics failed. Because of three reasons, 1980 to 1995. Unless when Chandrababu Naidu came, obviously, you know Alpiri incident. So even they tried to assassinate Chandrababu Naidu also.
But before that, the Home Minister was also assassinated.
So it many political assassinations happened. It was like a peak moment. So almost people outrightly supported openly to the Maoist movement in Telangana. But after Nara Chandrababu Naidu came in 1995 and 1996, when the TDP party taken from NTR to the Chandrababu Naidu, he has outrightly banned the Maoist parties, all parties, including the, I can say the supporting parties like Natya Mandalis, Jana Natya Mandalis,
Virasama
etc.
as well.
Virasama as well. So every organization was banned in Telangana. So maybe because one reason why it declined, you asked me, right?
Yes, yes.
So the reasons is, one is political pressure. So all the governments banned the Maoist people. Number two, we have to discuss about 2003 also, sir. 2003, when YSR came to first time CM.
Power was changed from.
Correct. When the power changed, he has promised a peace talks with the Maoist. So in 2003, talks were happened in 2004, early 2004. All these Naxalites, they are represented with some leadership. They came out and they have sit with this CM. And the first demand that they had was land redistribution in Telangana. Complete land has to be distributed. Who will accept that? Will you or me or somebody accept that?
It's difficult to
So
implement.
YSR said, no, except this one, you can discuss point number 2, 3, 4, we can do that. But the first statement, land redistribution is not possible. So when he is very abandoned, I can say adamant on that. I don't redistribute the land, YSR said. But Maoist said, no, you have to do that. If you do that, then we will speak about the point number 2, point number 3, that we coming out and we will establish in the political parties. So these are the reasons. One is the political pressure. Second reason is failure of the peace talks. So when peace talks failed, obviously, now government know where they are operating, where are their bunkers, where are their support is coming from. Everything YSR got to know, and he started the anti-Naxal strategy. And from 2004, if you see, there was complete declination of the Naxalism in Telangana, especially. But again, it went to Chhattisgarh and Bastar area. So this is like, in brief, the expansion of Naxalism and the decline of Naxalism, sir.
I remember the peace talks, sir. It was Jana Reddy who was Home Minister at that time, and got there many people like social activists, Ved sir. All these people have negotiated between the Naxalites.
Even Professor Harigopal, so right now he is there.
Yes,
so everybody led the talks. There was a genuine effort from the government also. But the thought was land redistribution. Who will go for land distribution? So all of the MPs, all of the MLAs, they are having 60 acres of land, 100 acres of land. Who will redistribute the land? So obviously people did not support that. So from there, the decline of the Naxalism happened in Telangana region, sir.
Apart from the state or the government, the politicians, I also want to appreciate the police department, the IPS.
Correct.
Especially like the people who have sacrificed, like IPS Vice Vyas sir.
Vyas, and he was assassinated by the Maoists. Correct.
And moreover, IPS Dora sir, he was recently, he passed away.
HG Dora sir. Correct.
Sir has established Greyhounds department.
Greyhounds.
He has bought new technology from
after 2004. I have said, na. So when the government exactly knew how Maoists are operating, where are their hideouts, where are their bunkers. So now they started a very to the point approach. That is what Greyhounds, establishment of Greyhounds in police department, and they hunted the Maoists to the last part.
It was successful in entire India, sir. No state.
Yeah, we can say, sir. Greyhound is like a successful model. Even the central government has designed this Cobra.
Yes.
So Cobra is inspired from the Greyhounds of Andhra Pradesh. Yes, sir. Correct.
They have also subscribed to anthropologists at that time. They also met various. I'm talking of the
correct. So a lot of even social activists, intellectuals involved in that process.
They made songs anti against the Naxalism. They were started creating awareness in the hamlets as well.
Yes, it's like a social re-engineering. Yes. Government has gone through that.
Okay, until 2004, 2010, it's fine. But after 2014, the central government have taken much more greater role in eliminating this.
Correct, sir. When BJP government
government has come, and moreover these days, in the past 1 or 2 years, We are hearing about Operation Kagar.
Khagar,
And
correct.
they have given deadline as well in the month of April, somewhere near in
March
this year,
2026.
March 2026.
Correct.
But what's your opinion or take over the Operation Kagar? Is it successful?
Operation Khagar.
Operation Kagar.
Sir, if we have to understand Operation Khagar, even we have to understand the origin of the CPI Maoist party, because the story ended like YSR peace talks have done, and after 2003 failure of the Maoist party in the Telangana, if we see in 2004 there was a very important incident happened, sir. In 2004, very important. That is merging of two powerful groups, Naxalism groups. One is from Telangana and another is from northern India. So that is called as MCC. Telangana PWG was there, People's War Group, and in North India we have MCC, Maoist Communist Center. These two, after the failure of the peace talks, they got merged, and 2004 was seen the origin of the Maoist party, CPI Maoist. It was a newly established party, and I can say this establishment as a direct reaction to the political failure, because till then it was fragmented violence. But from 2004 till 2010, if we see, it was a national coordinated movement. All the Maoists, all the guerrilla forces, all the Naxalites of total country, they united.
Many micro level organizations, groups as
Correct.
well, they joined.
Many territories were divided between them. People's they have administrative divisions also. Even central committee is there, state committee was there, divisional committee was there. Up to the village level, they have formed these what I can say, the battalions. Even the Maoist battalions were formed. So from 2004 to 2010, it was a brutal attack on the state machinery, sir. So there was a national coordinated attack from Maoist side. But as you said, 2014. Now here comes the Narendra Modi, and Narendra Modi sir's party and the BJP's, the main aim was complete elimination of the Maoist movement in India, and not only movement, even they aimed to eliminate the ideology also. So even the Amit Shah, our home minister, recently in 2025, he announced we will end Maoist movement in India by March 2026. So it was a very big statement, because it was a movement of 40 years, 50 years in India. But it is a very dare step. We can appreciate the government also to take that step. He announced end of the Maoism by 2015. But as you asked about Operation Khagar, sir, before Operation Khagar, another anti-Naxalism operation happened in India in 2025. That was Operation Black Forest. So దాన్ని మనం తెలుగులో కర్రెగుట్ట హిల్స్ ఆపరేషన్స్ అని అంటాం, కర్రెగుట్ట కాల్పులు అని అంటాం. అరౌండ్ 40 to 50 Maoists were eliminated just on one day. So it was a very coordinated effort from the state government, from the central government, even from the Cobra units, CRPF units, intelligence units, everybody involved. Even the drone surveillance was there. So everything was a coordinated effort, and 60 to 70 Maoists were eliminated. And now, sir, I have to mention about even the previous attacks. Why government has been taking that firm stand? There is a reason, because even they are also our citizens. Maoists are also our Indian citizens only. Why government is going that iron hand? Why it is showing like that? The reason is, you have to go back to 2010. What happened? Dantewada attack. Dantewada attack. 76 CRPF personnel were chopped into pieces. You are a Maoist, right? You are a Naxalite. Who are you fighting for? You are fighting for the poor people. Why you are killing those people who are working for the people? CRPF people, what they are doing, what they have done to you? Who are you to kill them? Who gave you that power? Absolutely, we should not accept it, right? So in the name of justice, you cannot go on killing the people, especially Indian army people, Indian CRPF people. So that is a very strong reaction central government has given for that. Dantewada attack. Number two, even in the Chhattisgarh also, sir, in 2013, in the Darbha Valley, there is another attack, Darbha Valley attack of Maoists. They have killed the state home minister. So how can we see that? You go on killing the home ministers, go on killing the chief ministers, go on killing the people who are working for the people, constables.
They are elected by the people.
SIs, constables, everybody you are killing. So there come a reaction from the central government. After these incidents like that, ambush, a new tactic that they have come up with, ambush. They are chopping the bodies without even identification. Many police officers who are working for the people, they lost their lives even without identification. So that ambush technique, everything was got the right reaction from the central government. So now Amit Shah has said by 2026 March, Maoism is going to be ended in India. On that context, from December and November of last year, 2025, Operation Khagar was announced, and for 2 months, sir, from January, February and March, for 3 months, Operation Khagar was hunting of the Maoist. So every Maoist will be hunted, unless and until they come back to the mainstream society. So this was the idea that central government has promised, and right now the stand of the central government is, yes, Maoism is ended in India by March 2026. So whatever the little attacks which are happening right now, they are just the remnants of the movement. So on a broader way, Maoist movement and Naxalist movement has ended. Ideology will survive, but the movement has ended in India.
Sir, in these lines, can we consider Maoism is a law and order problem or else a development problem?
Yeah, so from a UPSC mains perspective, this is a very potential question, sir.
Yes.
Should we consider Maoism as law and order problem or a developmental problem? I will tell you from two perspectives.
Okay.
Yes, it is a law and order problem. The reason is you are using intensive explosive devices,
Yes.
you are using bombs, you are killing the people with weapons. What is this? Law and order problem, obviously. So security has to be strengthened from the government side. It's definitely a law and order problem. Why you are going for violence? Because you are striving for the people's welfare, right? So you should educate the people.
Yes.
You should first you come out of that movement. Why armed rebellion? Right now it's an outdated process. You come out, you establish the political party, you spread the ideology of Maoism, whatever you are striving for. If people vote for you, then you can form the government. CPI party already formed government in Kerala. Even West Bengal, for 30 years they ruled there. Then what's the problem you have? The problem is they have an outdated ideology. Now they were into the forest and they cannot come out because it is not the forest. I am using the metaphor. They are into the some closed loop and they are not coming out of that ideological loop. The thing
bubble,
is,
unable to come out.
so it's like a bubble. So they came into, they subscribed to the ideology, but now they are coming out of it. Not coming out of it. So the solution is probably, yes, it is a law and order problem. Number two, even the government has some mistakes, sir, central government. So right now it realized properly why Maoism is getting support. It is getting support because in Chhattisgarh area, in Bastar area, Jantan Sarkar is right now operating, if you know about it.
Yes, sir.
Jantan Sarkar.
Yes, sir.
So why people are going for support, giving support to Maoists? The reason is poverty is there. The reason is there is no roads, there is no electricity, no water supply, no medical facilities, no education, schools. First you give them. If you are giving proper education, proper healthcare system and all these facilities to the tribal people, why they will go for supporting of the Maoism? They are going only because Jantan Sarkar is providing to them. So that is one of the developmental issue. So I can say, yes, it is a law and order problem. At the same time, governance failure is also there. So if we can work on these lines, providing roads, providing electricity, providing all these facilities, obviously nobody will go for violence. Even tribals will support the government also. Even you might have listened about this, what I can say, Salva Judum.
Yes, sir.
Did you listen about it? Salva Judum.
Yes.
Salva Judum is simply, we are recruiting the tribal people on behalf of the policemen so that they can attack what? The Maoists themselves. So tribals versus Maoism. So even that also a tried experiment, but it was Supreme Court said, no, we shouldn't do like that. We shouldn't use the tribal people against the Maoists. So it was dismantled. The Salva Judum thing was.
But it was an innovative idea, sir.
Very innovative idea.
Grassroots level they started
correct,
working
sir. In the Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand, most of the tribals, they started being recruited into Salva Judum. So they fought the Maoists and Naxalites. Yes, it was a very efficient idea, but the problem was we should not weaponize the people themselves. Yes, we should focus on the developmental issues. So yes, sir, as you have asked, it's a developmental issue, at the same time, law and order issue.
But in certain pockets, I feel it is Maoists sometimes or Naxalites who restrict the development. They bombard the bridges.
Correct,
they threaten someone who comes to their pockets. Like say for example, there is one international organization, Doctors Without Borders.
Okay, yes.
They were working in Bastar and some pockets in Dandakaranyam, all such.
Correct.
So they were called by the Naxalites. They were asked. They were inquired. So multiple layers of certain discussion happened between the NGOs and between the Naxalites. It is not the district magistrate who has to give them the permission to work in those pockets, but it's Naxalites who has to give them.
Yeah, as you rightly said, sometimes even the Maoists are restricting the development. Yes. Here I will quote Gaddar, sir. Gaddar, he has said one time in the interview, if you subscribe to one ideology for let us say 30 to 40 years, then the same philosophy, as you rightly said, sometimes even the Maoists are restricting the development. Yes. Here I will quote Gaddar, sir. Gaddar, he has said one time in the interview, if you subscribe to one ideology for let us say 30 to 40 years, then the same philosophy will drive you the rest of your life, even if you leave it. Okay. So it's a very big statement. In the first 30-40 years, let us say there is a young person who went to the Maoist party and he has given all his efforts for the subscription of that philosophy. He did everything for that philosophy. But after 40 years, maybe he might have realized this is not the workable solution. Yes. We should go out and do democratic way of politics. But even though he realized it, whatever the 40 years of that philosophy that he held, that philosophy will drive him for the rest of the life. They don't come out of it. So this is generally happening right now. So I can say Gaddar is rightly saying that at the end of the last 2 to 3 years of Gaddar, if you see, he was appeared always with a constitution.
Yes, yes.
And who is the person who motivated people to go to Maoism? It is Gaddar.
Gaddar.
Just because of the Gaddar, lakhs of Telangana people went and joined in the Naxalite movement. But the same Gaddar, at the end of his life, before 2 to 3 years, he was appearing in the people's meetings with constitution. That means this is philosophically a metaphor, a message to the Maoist party. Maybe at that time it is the right ideology, but right now you have to come out. You have to let the democratic politics win. You tell your agenda. You participate in the election. If people support, then you get the party into power, right? What is the problem you have? So right now, yes, Gaddar is rightly said. Maoists have become the same developmental barrier for which they are actually striving for the development. It's like a paradox. So obviously it is unfortunate, sir. Maoists definitely they have to realize and they have to come out of this loop of armed rebellion, because state is always powerful. Because state is a representative of the people, right? You should not go about the state. If you have any problem within the constitutional limits, you can do further reforms. Do all the political movements. You have Mahatma Gandhi. He has fought British Empire, right? You just need to fight the exploitation. What's the problem you have in the democratic means? Just come out and let the democratic politics win. I think this is the message that central government wants to give to us, sir.
Sir, do you think has the ideology of the keeping the armed rebellion aside, do you think the ideology has slowly disappeared in these days in the mainstream society or else within the
Correct, sir. Actually correct, because Maoism will be there where there is poverty, where there is landlessness, where there is exploitation. So because of this modernization and technology and different professions now came up after 20 to 30 years, globalization, positive consequences. Because of this, obviously poverty reduction is happening. Government is also realized it is going to the grassroots. Every scheme is right now being reaching to the last part of the country. So development is happening. For that reason, maybe the ideology of Maoism is also people are not very much interested in, because people have lot of opportunities right now. The only problem is lack of skills. So now it is our chance that we have to upskill ourselves. You have lot of market, you have lot of opportunities, professions are there, education is there, health provision is there, everything government is doing, right? So when the government is wholeheartedly coming to the people, obviously Maoism or be that for that matter any ideology will be declining its support. Obviously we'll see the decline.
Even state is providing rehabilitation for the people who have surrendered.
Correct.
Also, I have seen the other day, one of the famous Maoists, he has written law set and he has gained some decent rank.
Correct. This is like a positive example. You can come out, you are an intellectual, you can contribute in a different way. You can be a professor, you can be even writing the government exams and join the state also if you want to really do the service. So why to go for the guns? Why to go for the violence when there is a peaceful alternative exists? That's the thing.
I think majorly we have discussed most of the things within our sphere. What is the long-term solution for left-wing extremism in India?
Sir, one thing I have to highlight here. There are 3 words: Naxalism, Maoism, left-wing extremism. The main difference is Naxalism is a movement in India, whereas Maoism is an ideology, which the Mao Zedong has said, and left-wing extremism is a administrative term. So when we write the UPSC answers, I expect not Naxalism, not Maoism, but left-wing extremism to be there in the answers. So you have to use this formal word. And as you asked the question, what is the long-term solution? Sir, long-term solution is not eliminating the Maoist, not Operation Kagar, not Operation Forest, Black Forest, etc. The solution is going for genuine development, going for reduction of the poverty, going for giving that freedom to the people, going for preservation of the culture of the tribals. So that can be probably the long-term solution, sir. Only development is a replacement to the Maoist ideology, not anti-Maoist stand that the state. Obviously temporarily we have to eliminate that movement, but the thing is long-term solution is genuine development. There is no alternative to that.
Yes, sir. And that's all for today, students. Thank you. And also next week on the same day, we are going to launch episode 3. After episode 3, we are going to launch episode 4. Thank you. Until then.